Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy Goob here, back for another video. Today we're gonna be talking about Lords of the Fallen. It's another Souls-like game. You know, after Lies of P, I was thinking to myself like, I didn't really want to play another Souls game, but I guess I'll give this one a try. They said it's similar to like Dark Souls and like Elden Ring, and it piqued my interest. I'm a sucker for the Dungeons and Dragons type of, lore. So we'll see how this one is. It should really just be called Lords of the Fallen 2, because the first game came out in 2014. It was made by Hexworks and CI Games, and it didn't really do that well. It wasn't that well received. They kind of made so this game that's coming out October 13th, or when this video comes out, it'll be Friday. But tomorrow. The game is basically like a sequel, and it's set 1,000 years in the future. So in the 2014 game, the player controlled Harkin, and he basically tried to stop like demonic forces as they were invading the world. And then the second game, which is basically like kind of like a soft reboot of the franchise. It's a sequel, and it's set over 1,000 years of the original game. And you'll be traveling through the dark lands of Mornstead. Insert any type of generic Dark Souls or Souls like Hogworld, and you're on a holy quest to restore the radiance of the 6 beacons of the Sentinels. These Souls like games always have bare bone stories like go save this person or do this or whatever. The game actually has a unique mechanic where you travel between parallel worlds. That kind of reminds me of like Lord of the Rings. We have like the Wraith world, like the regular world, and you have the Realm of the Living, which is Axiom. And then you have Umbra, which is the realm of the dead. And if you die in the game, like if you get defeated by an enemy, you can actually go into the secondary world, and you have a last stand to fight against the enemy that you killed, but it's gonna look different because you're in the death world. And I say that's similar to like Shadow of Mordor, similar to like that. And like when you die, you have like one last chance to like parry a strike, and then you can come back and attack the enemy. So that's pretty cool. Lords of the Fallen has a variety of classes to choose from. So you have the Black Feather Ranger. So the Ranger's a long-range attacker. It has arrows that trigger debuffs or elemental damage, and then you also have an axe that you can use in case you have to get in closer range. The starting gear for the Black Feather Ranger is the axe, the bow, oak arrows, poison arrows, a light shield, and you have medium armor. So the main stats you want to focus on with the Black Feather Ranger are agility. So you can use agility-based weapons such as your bow and your axe, and then you can scale a little bit into elemental magic and also raising your vitality so you can last a bit longer. The Condemned is similar to the Wretch class in Elden Ring, where like all the starting stats are kind of equal. So it's like more for more advanced players, in which you can kind of just build this. You can build this character archetype any which way you want. It's not locked to any like specific stats. The Dark Crusaders are pre-order only class, and basically it comes equipped with a long sword, and it's a pretty strong like melee based build. It has radiance as well. So the starting gear for the Dark Crusaders: the Crusader Great Sword, the Crusader Heavy Armor, and the Rosary Catalyst. Strength will be the main stat to focus on with this build. Endurance for your stamina, your carrying capacity, and radiance so you can cast more protective spells. The Exiled Stalker is more of an advanced class. It has twin daggers. It's more of a rogue or a thief styled class where hit hard and then get out of the way and then go back to chaining more hits. You have low health, like lower health than the other classes, and not as much defense, but it takes a lot of like precision and skill, and you have to also know like the terrain in the game in order to utilize that against your enemies. And the starting gear for the Exiled Stalkers, you get 2 daggers, medium stalker armor, throwing daggers, and a precision and poison salts. The main stats you want to focus on for the Exiled Stalker is agility and endurance, so you can boost your stamina and your dagger damage, and so you can inflict as much damage as possible. Like most of the like more agile classes, it doesn't do much poise damage, so you really have to make sure you're not trading with your enemy, or you can take a lot of damage. The Hollow Knight is pretty much the most balanced class in the game. It's versatile. You can build it pretty much any way you want. It has fast attack. It has a fast attack rate and also has good armor. The starting gear for the Hollow Knight is the short sword, the Knight Shield. You have heavy armor, grenades, and healing, and you also have like basically like a healing flask. When I saw grenades, it piqued my interest because I'm like, bro, this is like a Dark Souls, Elden Ring type game. Like, why are there grenades? But I guess we'll see. That's pretty tough. And the main stats to focus on the Hollowed Knight is vitality, endurance, and stamina. And then you can build into agility if you want to use like more halberds and spears, or you can go into radiance so you can cast radiant spells. The Mornstead Infantry is pretty much like your spear class. It's long range and has a high emphasis on defense and range javelin tossing. The starting gear for the Mornstead Infantry is the spear, the light shield, heavy armor, throwing javelins, and you also have like a healing flask. And the main stats of focus are agility, strength, as well as magic. The Mornstead Infantry has heavy armor, but the shield and the spear that it carries are pretty light. You can build into agility to get more damage out of your spear, or raise your strength so that you can use halberds, or you can go into magic so that you can so you have decent melee damage and range. So I was looking at this one, and I think I might make the infantry because I do like enjoy like spear weapons. I like to be able to poke from distances, and I might go spear and then add a little bit of magic into it. So I'm thinking about that. So then you have the Orin Preacher, basically like your mage class. I'd say it's less mage and more paladin really, because like you have the ability, you have the hammer as well as like spells that you can cast. So the starting gear for the Orin Preacher is the hammer, light shield, the radiant catalyst, the healing you have a healing radiant spell, light armor, and you have small mana stone consumables. Radiance is your #1 priority with the Orin Preacher, as well as vitality and strength. You can either build it into being a full-blown range spellcaster, or you can go to a paladin, which you have like solid defense and attack as well as range spells. So then you have the Partisan. The Partisan is a variant of the Hollow Knight, and you use and your starting weapons are a Knight Shield, a crossbow, heavy armor, and stamina regen berries. The main stats to focus on for the Partisan is the defense and the agility and endurance, as well as vitality. The Partisan actually seemed really interesting because like the flail does a lot of damage, and you also have like a crossbow. So I was thinking of maybe making that class. So we'll see which class I choose when I start the game. And you have the Pirate Cultist. It's another advanced class. It's a mage which has like pyromatic spells, as well as a heavy polearm and the staff does a lot of damage against multiple enemies. The starting gear for the Pirate Cultist is the Cultic Staff polearm, the Roger Catalyst, the Infernal Orb spell, and the medium armor and small mana stone consumables. The main set to focus on for the Pirate Cultist is Infernal. That's their most important stat. It boosts the spell damage and also their mana. Endurance as well, so that you can cast multiple spells. The Cultist is kind of like the Orin Preacher, where you can it has like 2 different pathways you can build it. You can build it as mainly a spellcaster, or you can go into strength and make it as a dual, like heavy with the spear as well as high damage with your magical spells. And the last class in the game is the Erdranger Warwolf, which is basically like a glass cannon build that's like all offensive. Your starting gear is the longsword, throwing axes, medium armor, and fire saws. I'm not gonna lie, this class was badass. Like the wolf headgear is fire. I'm thinking I might choose this for my starting class. I know I'm gonna rage because I'm probably gonna die a lot. But hey, I'm a sucker for the guts build. You know, big sword. Don't think about anything else but hitting. So the main stat you want to max with the Warwolf is the strength and vitality, and then I guess you can build it any which way you want it to go. So the main attributes or stats in the game are strength, agility, endurance, and vitality, and radiance and inferno. And strength affects your damage, and you have weapons that scale with strength. Agility affects damage using weapons that scale with agility. It also affects your defense against fire, holy, and wither. Endurance affects your maximum stamina and weight capacity. It also affects defense against physical damage, fire, holy, and wither. Vitality is maximum HP, as well as your weight limit by a small degree. It also affects your defense. Radiance affects damage using weapons that scale with radiance, maximum mana, and the ability to use magical spells. And it also affects your defense as well. And finally, Inferno affects damage using weapons that scale with Inferno, and also your ability to cast certain spells, and it also affects your damage. So yeah, guys, I'm really looking forward to Lords of the Fallen. When this video comes out, I think the game will be out on the 13th. I'm releasing this video on the 12th. So I'm going to definitely be dropping some like a few maybe Let's Play videos on it, maybe some build videos, some bosses, guides. I'm definitely looking forward to playing this game. At first I was kind of iffy towards it, but like after beating Lies of P, I'm like on my second playthrough, I'm gonna get the platinum. And like after going through Lies of P for a second time, I got another Souls based itch. So this game's gonna scratch a little bit before Spider-Man comes out. I'm super excited for Spider-Man. More on that later. I'll definitely be dropping a video on Spider-Man next week. And yeah, so make sure you guys tune in to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, follow me on all my socials. And yeah, this is your boy Goob signing out. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.